Hello everyone! This is Mark McCandles, they call me, and welcome back to Umineko no Nakukoro ni, and today we are beginning this part 2 with the aftermath of the 30-minute flight, so let's just get to it. Should have taken the boat. Oh, he's exhausted, yeah. I mean, it could be interpreted both ways. Are you asking me to fall over, or are you excited due to the season?
マリハ、もういい加減になさい。でも意外ね。バトラ君、てっきり怖いものなしだと思ってたから。
Now she was telling him to fall.
こいつ、昔から乗り物がなぜかダメでさ。二言目には落ちるだの沈むだの。情けない男だな、おめえは。
うるへえ。ありゃ、さすがに揺れすぎだろう。小型機乗るのは初めてだったから、ちょいと答えちまっただけだぜ。
あの大騒ぎでちょいとなの？バトラ君とは海外旅行を一緒に行くと賑やかそうね。おばさんとエジプトとか行かない？
Oh, that sounds like fun.
14時間も飛行機に乗れるわよ。
You're evil.
いい提案ね。バトラ君、エヴァ姉さんに少し鍛えてもらいなさいよ。それにしてもおかしい。
こらこら、人間誰しも得て増えてはあるもんや。そない笑うたら悪いで。
Hideyoshi, you're not helping.
父さんも笑うのは悪いよ。ほら、マリアちゃんももう笑っちゃダメ。
もう笑っちゃダメ？
Yeah! Damn it! Is being scared of planes really such a big deal? Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. From there on, we would be taking a boat to the island. The islands are right next to each other, so the distance of the trip wasn't that great. By boat, it was leisurely 30 minutes to the island. When we reached the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a figure waving at us.
ジョージ兄さん！
This is Jessica.
お久しぶりだぜ！
やあ、ジェシカちゃん、1年ぶりだね。また伸びたんじゃないかい？
よしてくれよ。毎年言われんのは恥ずかしいぜ。
おいおい、兄貴、嘘だろ？こいつが本当にジェシカなのかよ？
ってことは、ジョージ兄さん、このデカブツ、バトラなのかよ。
We both stared at each other. She definitely didn't look like that in my memories, but I do remember her crazy way of talking.
いいよ、ジェシカ！なんだよ、お前！嘘だろ？なーに女みたいな格好してんだよ！なんだよ、これ胸かよ！お前。
Oh my god! Oh my god!
もませろ、もませろーい！
Maybe that's not a good idea since we're related?
ふざけやがれ！私は花も恥じらう18だぜ。 髪だって伸びりゃ出るとこだって出るぜ。てめえに揉ませる胸なんざあるもんかい。バトラこそなんだよ。バカみてえに図体だけでかくなりやがって。
Are you two related? They might be they're cousins? Are they? Or was she, was one of her parents married into the family and... No, wait, why am I thinking of this? Why am I thinking of this? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Why am I thinking of that?
知った腕力ついたのか？
ざけんじゃねえ。あれからどれだけ鍛錬積んだか思い知らせてやんぜ。
うぜえぜ。返り討ちだ。
This headstrong girl's name is Jessica. She was born under the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. Anyway, Jessica is pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. They're related. That older brother happens to be the oldest son of the Ushirimiya family, so for now, it means Jessica is the direct family heir. Since Jessica and I are the same age and sometimes had little boy-girl squabbles with each other, we've always been used to fighting and joking around together whenever the relatives gather. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had me beat in terms of size and physical strength. When we scuffled in a contest of strength, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I realized I'd grown bigger, part of my mind was still convinced that I couldn't beat Jessica.
お
Uh-oh.
なんだよ。何マジになってんだよ。いててて。
おいおいおい、全然力入れてねえぜ。ジェシカ、お前貧弱になっただろ。
うるせえぜ。
Hold up, wait a second. Could I actually see something real quick? Yes, I can! Oh! I can see the tree! Ah! Okay, now that's cool. I can see the tree of everyone. You know what? Screw it, let's go ahead and see everyone. Okay? This is Ushirimiya Jessica, Cross and Natsushi's daughter. Wait. Yeah, Natsuhi. In the absence of any irregularities, it is thought that she will eventually inherit the headship of the Ushirimiya family, or technically, her husband will. However, she seems to have no interest in all this. She was born with weak bronchi and is sometimes assailed by sudden asthma attacks. Oh, alright. And this is Ushirimiya Ava, Kinzo's second child. She is hostile towards her brother, Cross, and opposes him whenever she can, from issues dealing with the family fortune to the question of who will succeed the family headship. Normally, she would have lost her place in the Ushirimiya family register upon her marriage, but she managed to forcibly overcome this by having her husband take her family name. Ushirimiya Hideyoshi, Ava's husband. He took his wife's name upon their marriage and became a member of the Ushirimiya family. He, therefore, does not possess the spiteful genes that pass down through Ushirimiya family members. The spiteful genes. And his bright smile is very refreshing at the family conferences. He started his business from scratch and now works as the president of a medium-sized restaurant chain. This chain seems to be growing and performing extremely well. Ushirimiya George, Ava and Hideyoshi's son. An affable young man liked by everyone in the family. He is currently studying as an assistant for his father's company, and it seems he dreams of making it on his own one day. As the oldest of the four cousins, he acts as their leader and arbitrator. Ushirimiya Rudolph. I'm gonna get this last name by the end of this chapter, aka episode. Kinzo's third child. Along with his sister, Ava, he intends to make his voice heard during the family conference to prevent their oldest sibling, Cross, from keeping all their father's wealth for himself. His former wife, Hasumu, passed away 6 years ago, and he married his current wife, Kyrie, shortly after that. Ushirimiya Kyrie, Rudolph's second wife. She had already worked alongside him for some time before the death of his first wife, at which time she openly took the position of his wife. She served as Rudolph's right hand in several shady pieces of business, guiding them to success. She is quick-thinking and well-trusted by her husband. We already read Valor, so... Wait, is there anything? No, okay. There's nothing new about Battler, so let's go on to Ushirimiya Rosa, Kinzo's fourth child. She is by far the youngest of the four siblings. It seems that this gives her a weaker position at the family conference. She manages a design company, but she has yet to start taking it seriously, and its financial situation is far from favorable. And Ushirimiya Maria, Rosa's daughter. Her father's identity is unknown. She can't shake off the habit of speaking like a young child, which often earns her a scolding. She has no interest in studying or making friends, but is very interested in things concerning the occult and black magic. Thanks to her excellent powers of memorization, she knows all kinds of obscure trivia. Ah! Alright, that's pretty good. That's pretty good to know about Maria. And there's tips, but we have no tips yet, sadly. We might get some tips later on in the future, so I'm getting excited for that. So, with that, let's continue on with what's going on with Jessica.
こちとら女やってんだ。いつまでも腕力で男に勝てるわけねえだろ。
まあ、そりゃそうだよな。俺が腕につけた分の肉を、お前は胸につけたんだもんな。俺の腕とお前の胸なら、ちょうどいい力比べになりそうじゃねえのか。
Again, you're related.
だからお前に揉ませる父はねえ。それよりお前こそどうなんだよ。身長以外にも他のところちゃんと大人になったのか。
His trunk.
バカやめろ。いやん、この野郎お嫁に行けなくなる。変なとこ触んないで。
人様が聞いて誤解すること言うんじゃねえ。
Oh, I got another item in my inventory. That's interesting. Guess I'm gonna have to check that out at the end of this episode. Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to joke around like an idiot to hide it. Well, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. She probably wasn't expecting to lose to me in a test of strength. After losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in the past 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was.
やれやれ、乾杯だぜ。こりゃもう私じゃかなわねえな。
そんなことないよ。バトラ君にもきっと弱点はあるよ。
George?
ね、マリアちゃん。
Maria!
よせマリア。それは内緒にしような。
落ちる？なんだそりゃ。
あいにくだが、この弱点はジェシカにはもうさらさないぜ。何しろ悪夢の空路はもう終わっちまったんだからな。あとはのんびりチャボチャボとお船の旅さ。あのオンボロ漁船がこれほど恋しくなるとは思わなかったぜ。
I just want to notice that Balor has an intriguing way of laughing. I just like pointing this kind of stuff out. I'm sorry, everyone.
あ？ジョージ兄さん、こいつ頭どうかしたのか？
すぐにわかるよ。すぐにね。
At the time, I didn't get what Aniki meant by that big smile.
これははあ、
Kumasawa Chiyo. Hmm.
バトラさんも大きくなりまして。
Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh, yeah. That takes me back. I remember now.
バトラ君、覚えてるかい？ほら、お手伝いの熊沢さんだよ。
熊沢のばあちゃんは忘れねえぜ。何しろこの6年ちっとも老けちゃいねえぜ。むしろ若返ったんじゃねえの？
最近はお肌がピチピチしてきちゃって。
Chio? Chio? Well, I don't know why, but you're kind of scaring me.
ほら、胸もますますに大きくなっちゃいましたんですよ。揉んでみます？
ご冗談。俺が揉みたいのはピチピチした姉ちゃんの胸限定だぜ。
Jeez, dude.
私とて若い日にはそれはピチピチしておりましたよ。ほらほら、ぜひどうぞお揉みくださいませ。
ひょー、勘弁してくれよ。若い姉ちゃんだ、若い姉ちゃん。熊沢のばあちゃんじゃねえよ。
The jokes I'd cracked about Jessica were being turned against me. Come to think of it, Kumasawa has always been the type to tease people.
おいおいよせよ熊沢さん。監獄に半分足突っ込んだ人がはしゃいじゃいけねえぜ。
Oh, Rudolph!
若い方とじゃれるのが何よりの若返りの薬ですよ。
I don't know, I like Chio, but I'm kind of scared by her. I don't know why, I'm just slightly scared of her for some reason.
熊沢さんが迎えに来るなんて珍しいじゃない。どういう風の吹き回しかしら。用事を頼まれるといつも腰痛になるあなたが。
エヴァ様は相変わらず手厳しゅうございます。急なお買い物がありましたもので、そのついでに皆様のお迎えをしようと思いまして。もっともお迎え待ちの老いぼれのお迎えでは景気も悪いでしょうが。
Aunt Eva spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa Bachan's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly deflecting that comment. Well, it feels bad to say it, but old Kumasawa Bachan may be past her prime as a servant. She might act as though she's in good health, but between the headaches and her lumbago, her body is wearing out. To tell the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? She must be pushing 80 at least. Wow! Wow! I mean, okay, hold up. There's a lot of old people, especially ones I know, who could still definitely be, like, pretty good at an older age. Like, yes, because you're older doesn't mean you're decrepit. Like, yes, you do have some problems, but you're not, like, super decrepit when you're super old. Like, yeah, when you're hitting 80, you're not decrepit just yet, depending on how you treat yourself. Like, yeah, I'll like to put that out now. Not all people around their 80s are, already decrepit and not being able to, work as much. What am I going into? What am I going into? Basically, all I'm saying is, Even 80-year-olds can still be on their prime. Let's get back to the game. It's incredible that she's still able to act so cheerily.
ますますにお元気なようで。
Rosa's nice.
そうだ、これ。前に話してたお茶です。ほら、買ってきました。
Sorry, I was uncapping a water bottle.
後で飲んでみてください。
Aunt Rosa took a souvenir bag out from her suitcase. To think that she remembered a promise that she apparently made last year and faithfully bought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Aunt Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who would forget or break a promise. Kumasawa Ba-chan seemed deeply touched, not only that Aunt Rosa had remembered this year-old promise, but that she would bring a gift to a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo-san. Kumasawa Chiyo. She's a senior servant who's been working at the Ushiramiya head family household for many years. As you'd expect from someone her age, manual labor isn't her strong point, but she's a kind of super servant who can handle just about anything else, from kitchen work to cleaning and laundry. It seems like her only flaw is a tendency to slack off. I hear she tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic diseases. In Kumasawa Ba-chan's case, this was probably a sign of craftiness rather than laziness. Though it probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah, well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I can never dislike her. I guess that's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile.
いやー、相変わらずお元気そうで何よりでんな。あれから背中の具合はどないでっか？
薬を飲んでもちっとも良くなりませんで、こればかりはお医者様ではどうにもなりません。不治の病っちゅうもんですわ。
それにしてもジェシカちゃんはますます美人になったな。夏日姉さんに似てよかったぜ。
そうですか？私的には全然似てないつもりなんですけど。つうか、親には似たくないです。尊敬してないんで。
こら、そんなこと言っちゃダメよ。それにしても親に似たくないって言ってる人が多いわね、うちの一族は。
あ、それ俺。
Oh man, okay. Balor's such a lovable doof.
バカ言え。お前こそ俺に似るんじゃねえ。お前の鼻が似ててムカつくんだよ。
No, they don't. Your nose is a lot different than Balor's nose.
何言ってんのよ。呆れるくらいそっくりよ。あなたもお父様もね。
おいおい、そりゃねえだろ。俺のどこが親父に似てるってんだ？
傲慢で偉そうなところとかそっくりよ。あんたと兄さんは特にお父様の血が強いわね。ねえ、ローザ？
ええ、まったく。クラウス兄さんもルドルフ兄さんも信じられないくらいお父様にそっくり。
おいおい、参ったな。なんで俺だけ女どもに集中放火なんだ？秀吉兄さん、助けてくださいよ。
いやいや、ルドルフ君はいっつも女性にモテてるな。羨ましいで。
相変わらずモテモテでお羨ましいことです。それでは皆様、お船の方へお乗りくださいませ。さあさあ、マリアさん、一緒にお船に乗りましょうね。
一緒にお船に乗るみんなも一緒に乗る。
Why does Maria's voice sound familiar to me? Hold up. I'm gonna look up Maria's voice actor real. It's Hanyu! That's where I recognize Maria's voice. She's Hanyu. Oh my god. She's Hanyu. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna double check. I'm double checking if she's really Hanyu because that's awesome. She's also Hanakawa? Oh, that's interesting. She's also Hanakawa. Okay. The catchphrase is the kicker. That's why she sounds so similar to Hanyu, the catchphrase. But damn. Wow, I learn something new every day.
おや、もう今度は怖くないぜ。波で揺れるのは慣れてるしな。オンボロ漁船の場合、揺れて怖いってよりエンジンがぶっ壊れて漂流するんじゃねえかって方が怖いぜ。
そうだ、バトラ君、言うのを忘れてた。あの漁船はだいぶ老朽化してたんで、数年前に引退したんだよ。今は他の船が島まで運んでくれるんだ。
ああ、そっか。バトラは新しい船が初めてなんだな。快適だぜ。すっげえ速いんだ。何しろとんでもないスピードが出るんだからさ。
ほう。ってことは、船旅の時間がさらに短縮されたわけか。
And more shaking.
そりゃ素晴らしい。何しろ飛行機よりマシとはいえ、沈没の危険にさらされる時間が少しでも短くなるってんだから、こりゃ極めて素晴らしいぜ。
バトラはまた落ちる。
そりゃ飛行機の時だけさ。もう大丈夫だぜ。
何しろ船長自慢の改造高速艇らしいぜ。だいぶいじってるらしく、プロペラは高性能のが4機もついてて、最高速度は40ノットを超えるとかなんとか自慢してたな。
Impressive.
いつも自慢されるんで覚えちまったぜ。
僕も毎年聞かされるんで覚えちゃったよ。船長は昔外国の漁船と速度比べをして負けて以来、スピード改造に取りつかれちゃったんだってさ。その時の相手は漁船なのに30ノット以上も出せたんだってね。
Wow.
その雪辱の念が結実して、スカッと爽快な超高速改造艇の誕生となったわけさ。バトラもきっと気に入るぜ。
Super high speed modded boat? My first thought was that this would be a much... I'm gonna reread this line. My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any moment. But for some reason, I got this feeling of foreboding. Probably just overthinking it. Are we gonna hear screaming? Yes! Here comes the screaming!
おいバトラー、島までは泳いで行った方がいいんじゃねえか。
バトラ君、柵からあんまり身を乗り出しちゃダメだよ。落ちちゃうから。
Oh, is he throwing up?
落ちる。
チェックしよう。さっきからみんながニヤニヤ笑ってたのはこれだったのか。
So this is the super high-speed boat that the captain started modding. Oh yes, that piece of junk fishing boat from 6 years ago couldn't hold a candle to this guy.
揺れる揺れる揺れる落ちる落ちる落ちる
落ちる落ちる落ちる
落ちたら海じゃねえかよ溺れちまうぞパラシュートだじゃねえぜ浮き輪ライフジャケットをくれ
なんだよバートラおめえそれ何の真似だよ
ジェシカちゃんもマリアちゃんもいじめちゃ悪いって。バトラ君も怖いなら甲板に出なきゃいいのに。船内ならもう少し怖くないと思うけどな。
そいつはサンキューだぜ兄貴。海難事故の犠牲者はいつも船内なんだ。生存者を抱いて事故時は甲板なんだぜ。だから俺はここにいる。でも揺れる落ちるふわ
揺れる落ちる
マリアよしなさいったらでもバトラ君本当に苦手なのね船長さんに速度を落とすように言ってきてあげるわ
ローザおばさんありがとう海の上でも安全運転徐行運転指差し確認
ダメよローザ青年には試練も必要なんだからねえバトラ君これくらいへっちゃらで克服できちゃうわよねじゃないとおばさんとやじるといけないわよ
うわーエヴァおばさんの意地悪ダメ落ちるライフジャケットパラシュートふいやひっくり返して考えるんだ敵の狙いは何だ俺をこうして怖がらせることかそいつが狙いなら甘いぜビビってなんかやるのかでもダメ落ちる
So, after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, and Rosa had a talk with the boat captain, and he slowed down to a more manageable speed for me.
これくらいならなんとかさっきのは生きた心地がしなかったぜ
Apparently, the max speed I can tolerate is extremely slow. But that just now was completely insane. The whole boat was shaking! Sliding and leaping on the ocean surface. I felt like I was riding on the back of a flying fish. Jessica was still guffeting at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened.
さっきは力比べで負けたけどよもっと重要な部分で負けてなかったことが分かって私は嬉しいぜいやしかし
Everyone's bullying Battler.
くっそー好きなだけ笑えよ いつか弱点を見つけ返して、てめえの胸揉みつぶしてやるぜ。
Again, your cousins.
見つけられたら考えてやるぜ。
ほう。バトラヘロヘロ。
ああ、バトラヘロヘロだ。海も空もごめんだぜ。俺は陸の上で死にたいさ。
Be prepared. Be prepared for what's in store for you most likely in this game, Battler. If you're just like Keiichi, not Keiichi, Keiichi, if you end up just like Keiichi, you're not gonna have a fun time. Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank, as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me.
バトラ君、船長が罪滅ぼしにってドリンクをサービスしてくれたよ。飲んで一服しないかい？落ち着くよ。
George Aniki and Kumasawa Bachan brought us all ice-cold cans of soft drinks covered with beads of water. Judging from Kumasawa-san's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it! I'm so embarrassed. I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about.
ああ、ジェシカ。クラウスおじさんと夏日おばさんは元気なのかよ。
親父とおふくろ？残念ながら元気だぜ。二言目には勉強しろ勉強しろってうるせえけどよ。秀吉おじさんとかルドルフおじさんとかそういうこと言わなそうだから羨ましいぜ。
とんでもない。僕も受験を控えてた頃はいっつも受験って言われてたよ。うるさくも思ったけど今は感謝してるよ。
やっぱりジョージ兄貴は人間ができてるな。ちなみにうちは絶賛放任中だからな。なんにも言われないぜ。まあ言われたって聞かねえけどな。
ほう。バトラさんはまだご実家には戻られておられないのですか？
うん。まあちょくちょく戻るようには。まだ服とかだいぶ前の家に残してるんで。
おお？バトラ、お家が2つある？
まあな。
どうしてお家が2つ？
Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced this naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer.
マヤ！ほら、船着き場が見えてきたぜ。
Wow, it must be a very heated thing in their family.
ほら、あれ。見えるか？
船着き場見えた！船着き場見えた！
Apparently, Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. Well, I'd rather not talk about it if I can help it. It's too... Let me reread that. Well, I'd rather not talk about it if I can help it. But it's uncomfortable to have it treated like it was some weird taboo. I don't mind it that much myself anymore. I may be a member of the Ushiramiya family, but the truth is that, for these last 6 years, I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side. and I've even been using her family name. When those grandparents passed away, one after the other, I basically had no choice but to go back and live with the old bastard. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kyrie-san. Being able to hold that old bastard's reins and write him out is no mean feat. Still, the way that old bastard betrayed my mom... well, unfortunately, I still haven't fully gotten over that.
もうすぐ着くね。
George and Nikki clear his throat, trying to change the subject. I need to clear my own throat.
失礼しました。年寄りが余計なことを言ってしまったようで。お気に障りましたら。
気にもしてないし、触ってもないぜ。気にすんなよ、熊沢のばあちゃん。
Kumasawa-san seemed to regret speaking out of turn. But I was more concerned about being worried over something like that. So I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I had a sip of my drink and headed over to Maria and Jessica, who were gazing at the silhouette of the island.
島が見えた、島が見えた。あれあれあれ。
どれどれ。おお、見えてきたな。6年ぶりでも記憶と寸分変わらない島影だぜ。
The small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close. This island's name is Rokenjima. Rokenjima, that's the island's name. Rokenjima. It's a small island about 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu Archipelago. Izu Archipelago. Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think there are only 7 islands, but that's not true. There's actually several more, and Rokenjima is one of the minor islands that don't get counted. Even if that weren't the case, I doubt you'll find many people who knew about this island. Only people connected to the Ushiramiya family ever go there. In other words, outsiders and tourists never have any reason to care about it. So, you'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. After all of Rokenjima is an estate possessed by the Ushiramiya head family. Only the Ushiramiya family lives there, and only people connected to the Ushiramiya family come and go to and from there. There's nothing except a harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still just uncultivated forest. Such a waste, when it could be made into a nice golf course or something. However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. You probably guessed by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ushiramiya family is just rolling in dough. We're motherfucking rich! The head family apparently possesses a vast fortune. And Dad and the others who make up the branch families have built up plenty of wealth for themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living a commoner's life at my grandparents' home these 6 years, so I'd completely forgotten. But the old bastard's house really is elegant, and everything about it is tuned to match the snobbish taste of the annoying rich. Come to think of it, I guess that makes George and Nikki, Jessica, Maria, and me wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us think of ourselves that way at all. I don't see myself as being rich, and George Aniki, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica is always complaining that she'd rather move to the city than be rich. And Maria is still a kid who isn't even interested in money at all. Does that attitude really make us any less snobbish? From the perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills, we really have been blessed with a lot. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family, and I don't think it's really something to be envied. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merits. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria started shouting and leaned over the railing. I don't know what happened there.
ない。
どうしたんだよ、マリア。何か落としちゃったのか？
Maria kept yelling, "Gone, gone." At first, it sounded as though she had dropped something, but while she shouted, she pointed out over the ocean.
どうしたの？何がないんだい？僕も探してあげるよ。何？ん？
If she dropped something, she would have probably looked down at the floor. But Maria was pointing out over the ocean. One would assume by that gesture that she had spotted something, but she kept saying that something wasn't there. Strange. However, since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Aniki, who comes here every year.
あれ？確かさ、この辺の小さい岩の上に鳥居みたいなのがなかったっけ？そうだ、確かにあったぜ。島に近づいてくると最初に迎えてくれる目印みたいなもんだったからよく覚えてるぜ。
へえ、バトラすごいじゃねえか。6年ぶりなのによく覚えてるもんだぜ。
あったね。僕も思い出したよ。鎮守の社と鳥居みたいなものが岩の上にポツンと立ててあったよ。そういえばないね。去年は確かにあったと思う。
大方、波か何かでさらわれちまったんだろ。小さい岩だったしな。だいぶ風化で脆くなってたんだろうさ。
I should probably keep this in mind, because this must be pretty important. Wait.
私もそうだと思ってるんだけどよ。
Hold up, let me check something. Did this become a tip? Did this suddenly become a tip? No. It's not, there's no tips yet. But hey, we get to see the character profile of Servant Kumasawa before we continue on with the story. This elderly woman is a part-timer who, though she has quit her job several times along the way, has served the family for a great many years in total. She is crafty and more than competent when it comes to performing her duties. Just because of her shyness and love of rumors, she is not highly regarded as a servant. Alright. Did someone just drop something?
亡くなっちゃったのはこの夏のことなんだよ。なんでもよ。
ある晩に大きな稲妻が落ちてお社を砕いてしまったんだとか。
That must be really important.
鎮守様に落雷があるなど、これは不吉の兆しに違いないと漁民たちはささやいておりますね。
Oh boy. Here we go.
わから
Kumasawa-san smiled impatiently as if teasing us, rubbing her hands together while intoning a Japanese phrase meant to warn off lightning. However, Maria apparently took this seriously. It stared fixedly over the ocean to where the crowd housing the shrine god was supposed to be. Wow, I need to repeat that. However, Maria apparently took this seriously and stared fixedly over the ocean to where the crowd housing the shrine god was supposed to be. The crowd housing the shrine god. I'm not sure if this translates that well to English.
不吉の兆し。
Oh, this is where her cold knowledge comes in.
よせよ熊沢さん。マリアはそういう冗談の通じない年頃なんだからさ。
大丈夫だよマリアちゃん。偶然だよ。何も怖いことなんか起きないよ。
George and Nikki put a hand on Maria's shoulder to calm her down, but Maria's sharp-eyed expression didn't waver.
不吉。不吉。
Maria muttered that word over and over. Apparently, repeating a single word over and over is a habit that Maria's had for a long time. However, since the word she was saying was literally an ill omen, it was a bit creepy.
おいマリア。そんなに何度も繰り返してたら本当に不吉がやってきちまうぜ。
I tapped Maria's other shoulder. Maria whipped her head around, stared into my face, and spoke unblinkingly.
不吉。来る。
Here we go!
来るってどこからさ。
I answered lightheartedly, trying to break the tension in the air. At that moment, Maria held up a finger, raised her arm high, and pointed up to the heavens. When I looked up, I saw that the sky was still just as cloudy, but it had grown a great deal more leaden than it had been that morning. That's right. They were saying that a typhoon was approaching. We had planned to spend one night on the island, but if this storm doesn't pass quickly, I won't be able to make it to school on Monday. Well, I guess it makes for a pretty good excuse to be absent. She apparently sensed some kind of misfortune in this cloudy sky. She's been muttering that non-stop for a while now. Girls at Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about the age that many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whenever they have any psychic potential and stuff. For all we know, this might be due to her childish, sensitive nature. Oh, things got darker.
大丈夫だよマリアちゃん。天気は今夜くらいには崩れるかもしれないけど、明日には良くなって綺麗な青空になってるよ。
God damn it, the more I look at this ocean, the more I need to pee. I'll be back. I was trying to hold it. I was trying to hold it to the end of the video, but I can't.
おー。綺麗な青空。おー。
そう明日になれば綺麗な青空になるよ。止まない雨はないし晴れない雲だってない。
おー。止まない雨。晴れない雲。
確かに台風が近づいてるけどよ、すぐに過ぎちまうって。大丈夫さマリア。
Maria started yelling, ooh, ooh. It looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say. What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about? Another hair. Is that what you're trying to warn me, Maria? Unable to understand her, we couldn't help but feel a vague sense of misfortune. I've heard that everyone can feel the supernatural, but that it weakens you as you age. That might mean that Maria, the youngest one of us all, still possessed some kind of a sense that the rest of us had lost. I wonder if that sense is sending her a warning. At that moment, Kumasawa-san quietly opened her mouth.
なんでも六軒島はその昔。
熊沢さん、その話はなしにしようぜ。
Just as Kumasawa-san was about to tell some kind of story, Jessica sharply interrupted her. Jessica's tone was extremely firm for her. I wanted to push her further, just out of simple curiosity. But judging by the look on Jessica's face, whatever Kumasawa Ba-chan was likely to say would probably make Maria even more uneasy. If I did try to press her for the story, the odds were pretty good that it wouldn't be anything bright and cheery.
それは申し訳ございませんね。ここの風は年寄りには応えますんで、ちょっと失礼させていただきます。
Gossipers have no reason to hang around after they've been told to stop chatting. When Kumasawa-san finally realized that she'd overstepped her bounds, she went back inside the boat. After she left, Uncle Hideyoshi showed up in her place. Since he'd arrived in this conversation, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung around this scene. So he refreshingly and unwittingly swept that atmosphere aside. So, in the end, it was his lack of tact that brightened the mood.
もう到着だそうやないか。おう、もうちょいやの。今日はのんびりスピードだから時間がかかってもうたわ。誰のせいやねん。
Hideyoshi!
うわ、秀吉おじさんもう勘弁してくださいよ。
もっと言ってやってください。たく、バトラのせいで時間かかりすぎだぜ。
Maria probably thought that everyone was refusing to listen to her. She hung her head, wearing a fretful expression. As she did, George and Nikki crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly.
マリアちゃん、何も怖くないよ。だって僕たちが一緒だもの。一緒だと何も怖くないんだよ。言ってごらん。
一緒だと何も怖くない。
うん。一緒だと何も怖くない。
そうさ、ジョージの兄貴の言う通りだぜ。俺たちが一緒にいると、いつだって何だって絶対に怖くねえんだ。な、ジェシカ。
ああ、間違いないぜ。ジョージ兄さんの言うことはいつも本当だよ、マリア。
ジョージお兄ちゃんはいつも本当。
This could be one of the very few times where George is wrong.
うん。僕は嘘をつかないよ。だから信じて。みんなと一緒にいれば何も怖くないんだよ。
ジョージお兄ちゃんは嘘をつかない。信じる。
I have a question. Wait, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let's see something real quick. Alright. Alright. Alright, okay. Never mind. I thought there was something else. Okay, for some reason I thought you could toggle the sprites because I want to see the other versions of the sprites, but I guess you can't in this version, unlike the Higurashi mod. I don't think you really changed the sprites too much in this version. Like, yes, there is the Steam and Raikishi sprites, but I don't think you could really change while playing the game itself from the options I have right here. You can play the movies, I guess, but that's mostly it. I was just wanting to check something real quick. I'm sorry, everyone. Alright, let's get back to the game.
みんなと一緒にいれば怖くない。怖くない。
Maria jumped into George and Nikki's arms and hugged him tightly. After Nikki patted her head, she jumped away again. Her facial expression had undergone a 180-degree change, turning back to normal. She was once again the ordinary Maria.
みんなと一緒だからもう怖くない。
ああ、そうだぜ。もう平気みたいだな。マリアは強いな。偉いぜ。
This is really cute. Though I know something intense is about to begin.
なんや、どうしたんや。マリアちゃん、船酔いだったんか？ん？
まあそんなとこです。申し訳つきますね。
The harbor was already drawing near. Umineko no Naku Karani, Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning. Alright. Is this split up with the Higurashi chapters? Or no? Ah. I was trying to read the clock, but, did it say it was 10:30? Ah. Achievement unlock. Welcome to Rokenjima. So with that, wait, let's see if I get any tips real quick. No tips. So far? No tips. So I guess I'm gonna save right... Ooh. That's a liquidy save file sort of system, but I'm liking that. I like the liquid. What the fuck did I just say? This might be the last trading card that I'm going to be receiving from Umineko for free, so yeah, I think I got a pretty good one. Jessica, Cross and Natsuhi's daughter. It is thought that she will eventually inherit the headship of the Ushiramiya family. Ah. Alright. I'm really excited to play this game. Like, to be honest here, I'm really excited to get to know all these characters, and now I'll be ending the video.
Okay.